Reading I-Ching. Opposition. Change of lines. The first line is yin. People with different characteristics and objectives start working, based on their own perspectives. Of course, it would be very difficult to harmonize them, when everyone has different thought on the matter. However, it is not always a good thing to accept and embrace other people's opinion blindly, even when you do not really agree on it wholeheartedly. It might be better to clarify what you want, and listen to what other people want, before trying to coordinate. Otherwise, you may end up regretting about not having said what you had in your mind. What needs to be done will be done, even if you do not sacrifice yourself, and what cannot be done will naturally decay with time, even when you do not try to intervene. Next is the line of yang again. Continually developing an initial seed idea is the usual role of yin, but there are cases that the power of yang develops a new turn of event. For example, an accidental coincidence can make people join hands together. Not everything happens gradually according to a plan. Sometimes you have to depend on your luck or coincidences to solve your problem. It is of course a good policy to plan and execute thoroughly to get the results you want, but just be aware that there may be other approaches to achieve it. The last line of the reality is yin. We have thought about two aspects of the power of yang in previous lines. One talks about giving freedom to each member, instead of tying them to a common objective, and another talks about leaving things to coincidence and luck, instead of concrete planning. The lower part of this hexagram seems to have a common theme: disorder and liberty. Perhaps it is not so easy to tie the two together, based on the discipline and order of the power of yin. It may turn out to be difficult and exhausting, to force everyone to walk together, but it is not something that you may simply give up. There must be a focal point that binds them together, in order to exert a stronger force. If you do not lose hope, and try to overcome the difficult situation together, you will be able to achieve it in the end. It has been explained that the trigram of the lake and fire have so different characteristics, that they cannot be harmonized easily. It seems that each line of the lower part seems to be too free and disordered, that it is hard to keep proper balance. Let's see how they are handled in the upper trigram. The first line of the upper part is yang. The first line of yang in the lower part puts focus on individual objectives and characteristics, and the first line of yang in the upper part reinforces the meaning, and says that not walking in line with each other does not ruin things at all. One may feel that each member is looking at the problem in a completely different point of view, and that it would prevent the members to stay in harmony, but you need to have trust, that everyone is trying to realize a greater vision in their own ways. Even when people do not actually hold hands and do things together, they can give enough support and comfort to each other, just by being there together. The fifth line is yin. While the second line of the lower part left things to chances, this line embraces the coincidences and opportunities, and makes it beneficial for ourselves. There are cases that unexpected turn of events happen, or we may make mistakes unintentionally. However, if we try to learn from the experiences and develop ourselves from the lessons, instead of trying to cover them up and forget about them, even a bad luck may turn out to be a lucky charm in the future. The final line ends as yang. While the last line of the lower part could not manage to harmonize the members, and only ended up hoping that they would get along eventually, the last line of the upper part illustrates that the members finally respond to the hope, and are taking first step toward each other. The two trigrams of opposition cannot be easily harmonized, because they are looking toward different directions, and even when they have the same vision, it is difficult to trust each other, because they express their thoughts in different ways. However, when you work together for a while, you will come to understand that the other person does not interfere with you, albeit not supportive. Such a small trust will become the first step toward harmony.